right. How does the sound? How does it sound? I know it's not. I know it doesn't sound as good as the last mic. Wait, hold on. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? They trying to shut down the live for real. Hold on, hold on. All right. I'll keep going. I ain't said nothing wrong, dang. Except that the man's stock sucks. They said, quit talking. Just put on some music and look at some charts. Joe. And shut my live down. Alright, I'll tone it down. They know I got some influence. They shut the whole thing down. I had to start the computer over. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta log back in. They shut the whole live down. I ain't talking no more. They are definitely listening in on your boy. Well, that's good and bad. They looking after your boy. This ain't the first time they've done this. I get shut down every time I start going deep, but that's fine. We don't live in a world where there's free speech anymore. They will shut you down, boy. God dang. All right, hold up. I gotta set everything up. I had to log out of my own live and come back. Hold on. Let me, dang, okay. I gotta set everything back up. There ain't no music. If you want music, I ain't gonna get none. Dang, they shut the whole, guys, the whole thing I had out front is gone. I gotta add it again. Like everything I had in the middle, gone, deleted. I gotta add it back. Hold on. I gotta add everything back. Whatever, I'll do it in real time. Tell me what I can and can't do. Bam! I had to add it back. All right, dang, I gotta add this all the way back. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Market wrap up. See if I got it. Okay, that's better. All right, let's just talk about the market. Joe, shut up. All right. Can you guys see that? I'll move it over. All right. So what were we talking about before we were rudely interrupted by the feds? All right, we were talking about, dang, this wasn't it. All right, so who's going to benefit from higher oil? Exxon, Chevron, ConocoPhillips, Occidental. So we'll look at a couple of their stocks, right? Let me know how the sound is for real though, because I'm not using my normal mic. I got to use the mic from my camera, so it's not going to sound the same. It's not going to be as clear, guys, and that's fine. SpaceX bounced back. Anybody buy SpaceX today? Anybody still in their SpaceX? SpaceX closed above 135 today, up more than 4%. I know you guys thought it was going to 100. I still think that SpaceX goes to $100, but you got to squeeze all of these short sellers out before it drops. Because remember, short sellers are the worst traders on earth. Guys, they are. If you are a short seller, you are probably a terrible trader. They are the worst traders I've ever seen. Now, I try to tell you guys how to short sell, but the people that like really hate the market and they short the market off of their feelings is the same way people have FOMO. Short sellers that short the market because everybody else says it's dropping, they're just as bad as the people that jump in stocks because of FOMO. There's a way to short, there's a way to go long. All right? So the short sellers are getting cooked right now because y'all just knew it was going to $100 before it went back to 135. Told you it was going to happen. That's why you got to buy in stages like me. You either intraday trade SpaceX, because I keep telling y'all how to make money. Your boy is profiting on both sides. While y'all are crying, your boy is sitting with about an 8 or 10% profit in SpaceX. And I bought on the first day it IPO'd. Why? Because there's a method to investing, guys. You don't throw all your money in at one time. Are you kidding me? We knew this stock was going to drop more than 50%. I bought 2 shares. Then when it dropped to 125, I bought more. I bought more than 2. That's how you buy. You dollar cost average on something that you want to invest in, because more than likely it's gonna go lower. It is very rare that I buy something and it just goes up and it never comes back. So instead of me having an ego thinking that I'm the smartest person on earth and I can catch all bottoms, I'm like, well, dang, I looked at my stat book and I was like, as good as a trader and an investor that I am, 95% of the time, my stock goes to a lower price. So if I know that this is going to happen, if I know I'm about to buy something and it drops 95% of the time, then I have to play it that way. If 95% of the time it's going to drop, you never buy all of it at one time. Never, ever, 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 ever. There's a strategy to investing. All right. So I'm profiting right now. My cost basis is like 120, I think. All right, and I started buying on the first day, just like y'all did. But if I had to add the amount of money I made from the SpaceX just day trading it, guys, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. So, you day trade it, you make those funds, those are profits. You can buy any amount of SpaceX with those profits, guys, and it's profit. It can go to 0. It don't matter. You can let it run forever. It don't matter. All right. So, day trade it or learn how to dollar cost average into it, which is what I do. All right. Is this on my screen? Oh, cool. NVIDIA. Did you guys hear about this? NVIDIA is putting together a group where there's going to be $500 billion invested. There's going to be $500 billion out there, guys, for AI financing. $500 billion. That's $500 billion. And y'all think that this is a bubble? Oh, they just getting started. They just getting started. Who are they going to partner with so that there can be $500 billion of AI financing? Apollo, BlackRock, Blackstone, Brookfield, Goldman Sachs. So their goal is to mobilize more than $500 billion for third-party capital for AI infrastructure. NVIDIA is not spending $500 billion themselves. The idea is to create financing platforms that will allow institutional investors. They're basically like, oh, we gonna get the funding from you fools that got a whole bunch of money. We gonna force y'all to build all of these data centers, the compute, the power, the cooling, the network, the infrastructure. But yet, it's a bubble. I'm not gonna invest, Joel. You don't know what you're talking about. Wall Street money, AI data centers, NVIDIA compute. Who's going to pay for all of these AI factories? If hundreds of billions of dollars continue flowing into AI infrastructure, this is ChatGPT, guys. This isn't what I created. This is Chat. You remember OpenAI, ChatGPT? NVIDIA is compute. Broadcom is networking. Arista Networks is AI networking. Vertiv is cooling. GE Vernova is electricity. Corning is fiber. CoreWeave is AI cloud. Guys, I own all of them. I own every single one of them that you see here. All right? Now let's talk about Trump media. Uh-oh, I'm about to get, this is it, guys. If they kick me off this time, I ain't coming back. Let's talk about Trump media. What you gonna do? We gotta talk about it, cause you can invest in it. DJT. Joe, we don't need you to tell your opinion. All right, I ain't gonna say my opinion. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the chart of DJT. And let you guys figure out what's happening here. This is the Trump chart. Is this something that you guys want to invest in? Please tell me, does this look like something that we gonna talk about in this room? It did have its moments, guys. In 2024, it did have a moment. Went from $13 to $80. It went from 13 to 80 back in 2024. Woohoo! In 2022, it went from $9 to $175. 9 to $175. Woohoo! It is now at the same price that it IPO'd at. When DJT IPO, guys, it opened, do y'all remember? For you guys that bought in, if you bought Trump stock, it cost $16 a share. It did go to 175. Way up here. Its highs was 175. I remember them days. Those were the good old days. Those were the good old days before Mr. Trump came into office. And now it's sitting at $9.39. You can buy it. I'll pass. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Because their earnings came out today. And they lost $200 billion. I think. 230 million. I'm sorry. It wasn't a B, guys. It was a M. It wasn't a B. It wasn't a B. All right, it was an M. So the company's losing money. If you want to buy it, great. You want to support Mr. Orange Man, go ahead. I ain't doing it. Now, don't get me wrong. If this stock was going up in value, y'all think, oh, just because he talk about every president that's doing his term at the time. Listen, if it's going up in value, guys, I'm buying it. I don't care. I ain't gonna let him get rich without me. Why bump that? I ain't got to like you to make money to the upside. I really don't. But he ain't making nobody no money. Unless you own stock. So I'm like, why are you guys buying DJT when you can buy data centers? Like, come on now. You could have been buying the data center companies. You could have been buying companies like ARM, make it a 200% return. Like fundamentally good companies that trillion-dollar companies are investing in. I know you want to support the person that you voted for. I get it. But he made more money in the last, I think they said, he made more money in the last year and a half than he has his whole life. Y'all heard that? His whole life. Hold up, Joe, his whole life? Not only his whole life, his children, oh dang. His children, they said if you added up all the money that he made, hold on. All right. Just making sure y'all can see that. He's made more money in the last 18 months than he has his whole, like if you take his whole family, like everybody that has a Trump name attached to it, his mother, his father, anybody that had any connections with his wives, everybody, all the money he's ever made over all these years, and his family, his whole family's fortune forever. If you added all of that up, he's made more money in the last 18 months than he has for his whole generational family. That's crazy to make that much money. I don't care. I care, but I don't care. I wouldn't have cared if he did that, if he didn't take it from you guys as meme coins and stock. But I know a lot of you guys that lost a lot of money in those stocks. I know a lot of you guys that lost a lot of money in them meme coins. A lot of money that could have gone into little Johnny and little Lisa's custodial accounts. So, I feel some type of way about that. Because you guys are the ones that when I do consultations and I see you tearing up about some of the investment decisions you made in the past because of the trust that you had in certain people. But you guys got to understand that when you're buying stocks as adults, just because you got to do your work. You got to add the technicals with the fundamentals. Fundamentally, there was nothing good going on in this company. You were strictly buying it off of the fact that, I don't want to say they manipulate things, but you were hoping that DJT's stock was manipulated up in price, which it did. But if you didn't sell, you wouldn't have made a profit. I don't know too many people that profited. Those big runs that happen, a lot of the times they happen so fast in like a day or two that by the time it goes up and we get the information, it's going back down. All right, so I want you guys to be careful when it comes to the president's, anything that he's attached to. Now, he is invested in stocks. You guys can go to ChatGPT and you can look up all the stocks I would say look for the companies that he's investing in that the government is investing in. Those are the companies that you guys should be watching. and companies that are getting government contracts. All right, watch them very carefully. We talk about them all the time. Oh, but they had look, you can look at it with your own eyes. They had 1.7 million in revenue. That means they made $2 million. Now, I never understood this. How you gonna make $2 million, but you lost 238 million? That means you shouldn't have had 1.7 in revenue. But guess what? Somebody got paid. Yeah, $1.7 million. Somebody got paid, despite the fact that they lost 238 million. And I'm like, at this time, with all the tweeting and all the stuff that's going on and all the, like, you guys can't get enough endorsements and sponsors to make this stock go up in price? Like, is the company that bad? Yeah, that's how bad it is. So, if you're gonna buy it, you're banking on it. You're banking on, the manipulation of the stock going up in value. All right, so that was the big news today. Oil, you got SpaceX going, above its $135 IPO price to those investors that got in early. You got DJT's stock that's plummeting. And you got that $500 billion financing plan that, you got that $500 billion financing plan that NVIDIA is trying to put into place to finance these data centers. All right. Now, it says something about API. So I don't know what API is, but it says the truth about API. This may be the most interesting part of DJT's story. Trump media launch Truth API. I don't know what that is, so I'm learning it with you. It gives financial institutions licensed, low latency access to selected Truth Social posts. So now Trump is going to give financial institutions pretty much insider trading so that whenever he gets a tweet, they're going to get that information first so that they can let their computers trade off of this news. I know you guys are like, that's not what it says, Joel. Yeah, but we know what that means. It gives financial institutions license, low latency access to selected Truth Social posts. Now, why would institutions pay for that? Because posts from President Trump can move stocks, bonds, currencies, oil, crypto. Now, Trump media says it already has more than 10 customer agreements, and the service only launched recently. Reported pricing is this. Y'all see that? $60,000 to $100,000 a month. Now, why would any institution pay $100,000 a month for a low latency Truth Social post? 10 customers at $60,000 per month would be $7.2 million annually, which isn't a lot of money. 10 at $100,000 per month is $12 million annually. They're losing $230 million. Trump. Oh, this is why Truth API deserves attention. DJT plus TAE Technologies, I don't know what TAE Technologies is. Trump media is also moving towards its planned combination with TAE Technologies. It's a nuclear fusion company. So DJT is becoming more than just Truth Social. The story is now media, fintech, crypto, financial data, and nuclear fusion. This creates huge optionality, but also huge execution risks. Interesting. All right, let's get to your stocks. before I get cut off again. Let's get to your stocks. But they cut me off. So it looks like big things are happening at DJT. Looks like they're gonna have, if you got $10,000 a month, guys, you too can get a low latency access to Truth Social Post. I'm like, you gonna pay $100,000 a month? Can't you just sign up with Truth Social and put an alert out? And then tell Bob to alert you when the news comes in? Oh no. For 100,000, you get more than that. Joel, they wouldn't do this. You always think that everything is about. I'm like, we're not dumb. We know what this is about. We know. We're not dumb, guys. If you want to be in denial, you can be in denial. Not in this room. There is a lot of stuff going on during this administration. And what did I tell you in the beginning? If you ain't got money, this party ain't for you. I ain't here to help you. If you got $100,000 that you can pay monthly, then go for it. You got the president that you wanted. If you own stocks and you got a 401k and you wanted it to be at all-time highs, you got the president that you wanted. If you own real estate and you wanted it to remain stable, if you live in New York, California, or Florida, and you're in the luxury market and you wanted your luxury apartment to go up in value, then you got the president you wanted. Let's put $100,000, guys. Let's put $100,000 together so we can get a Truth Social Post. All right. So what we gonna do now? They done cut my music off. I'm mad about that. Y'all know I'm mad about that. I can't play my music. They done cut my music off. And it was my mic. My mic got, you could hear so if you've ever had friends or family or anybody that was, how can I say this? If they were in, you know, if they, let's just say it, if they were like working for the feds or they were working for the police or whatever, or what have you, right? We all know what to listen for. We know that microphones are like one of the few things that they can get direct access to, even if they were, you know, outside. They can be a mile, 2 miles away and pick up what you're talking about on your freaking phone or your microphone or whatever you're using. So my microphone is always the first thing. When you start hearing that, like if you're ever talking and you hear like an echo, if you ever hear like an echo, guys, or you hear it buzzing, or you hear it whistling, or you hear it hit a high-pitched note, I know you guys think that it's just a coincidence. It's not. I've been around long enough. All right. And if you say certain things, you tick off certain things, and then they turn your stuff on to hear what you're talking about. We got a room of 3,000 people coming through, and then all of a sudden, keywords come into play. You know, Donald Trump, Truth Social, or DJT, or keywords that pop up. I'm gonna get on their radar, and then they're gonna start listening in on what the hell we talking about. All right, especially when it comes to making money. All right, now we're not doing anything illegally, right? Or this room would have been shut down a long time ago. But they can F with you. They can let you know, hey, you said enough. You said enough, brother. You said enough. We control this thing. I'm like, you can shut my whole TikTok down. I don't care. That's not where I make my income. They're going to be in my Thinkorswim account tomorrow. All right, what I'm gonna do for the next it's 8:50. What I'll do for the next ratata till 9:15 without any music. Well, I'll talk now. I ain't got no music today. I'll try not to say anything, and y'all know that's hard. So what I'll do is I'll try to I'll look at as many stocks as I possibly can up until about 9:15. Then I will have to get out of here. I'll go to 9:30. I'll go to 9:30. I'll go to 9:30. We're gonna look at all of you guys' stocks. If you guys got any questions, if you got any concerns, everyone knows it's about entertainment and jokes and entertainment with a little bit of realness, a little bit of reality, statistics. I forgot to pull up that one statistic because I know y'all didn't believe me. I'm going to pull it up live with y'all. Hold on, because I know y'all ain't believe me. Hold on. Let me pull that up real quick. Hold on. We going to pull this up. Now watch this. I'm going to ask chat a question. I'm going to say, chat, out of the last 11 recessions, what party was in office when it started? Because I know y'all don't believe me. I hope it don't prove me wrong. All right, y'all see the question that I just said? Check out the last 11 recessions. What party was in office when it started? Using the NBER's official recession start dates, 10, that's right guys, 10 of the last 11 U.S. recessions began while a Republican was president. 2020, Trump. But that was Biden. Biden did all of that. 2007, George Bush. 2001, George Bush. 1990, George Senior Bush. 1981, Reagan. The one time that it wasn't was under Carter in 1980. 1973, Nixon. 1969, Nixon. 1960, Eisenhower. 1957, Eisenhower. 1953, Eisenhower. 11 recessions, 10 Republican. So the score is Republicans 10, Democrat 1. The lone Democrat exception was the 1980 recession under Jimmy Carter. One important caveat for your life: this does not prove that presidents or parties caused those recessions. Recessions can result from Fed policy, oil shocks, financial crises, pandemics, business cycles, and policies that began years earlier. So I always hear this statement: well, who was the president before they came in office? A lot of the times they were Democrats. So you're going to always hear people say, well, the Democrats caused it, and the Republicans had to get put in office to fix it up. It's always back and forth. It don't matter. It don't matter. Well, shoot, I know you there to fix it up, but if the numbers say as long as the Democrats in, there ain't gonna be no recession, then I'm just gonna keep the sorry Democrats in. Unless you got money to invest in a recession. So we should be getting a recession in the next couple of years, guys. We should get one in the next couple of years. Get ready for it. All right, back to your stocks. I forgot to pull that up for you guys to see. That don't mean nothing, Joe. It doesn't, but it's a nice statistic to know. It's a nice statistic to talk about at a party. It really is. All right, let's look at some of your stocks. All right, I'm going to shut up. Let's look at some of your stocks. We got MP. You down with MP? What is MP? MP Materials. Chart looks pretty good. If I was a Fibonacci retracement user, and I am, it looks like we are at or near. Y'all know this is the buy zone, so I'm gonna love if it's in this 50 where this blue line is and this white line. If it's in this 50 to 75% area, and I'm really thinking about buying it, that's where I'm going to buy it. Now, if we were looking at a day chart, what I don't like is I don't like when day charts are angled down. If you're a trader, traders, you guys need to listen in right now. If you're going to trade something like this, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered, right? This is MP. So if you're looking for the ticker symbol, I just tagged it. MP is the sticker. If you want to buy something like this, if you were using the what would Joel do method, you're going to see the same patterns on every chart that you look at. If you are looking at the what would Joel do method of investing and trading, there's going to be a couple of things that I look for if I'm looking for a reversal. And they're very, very simple. I'm a simple man with simple strategies. First off, I'm going to look for a trend line break. So once this started to go down in value, guys, this was so easy. When the 200-day was angled down, you never catch a falling knife. You never catch a falling knife. You never catch a falling knife. You never, until it starts to break that trend. If I see that a trend is being broken, that means the price is starting to go through that line, and I look down and I see an oversold RSI. Your boy is gonna buy it every time. Not one time, every time. That strategy right there alone is gonna make you guys fortunes, especially if you do it in the options market. That move alone, what I just showed you guys was $1 million strategy. $1 million strategy. There's 67 people on here right now. I bet you 3 of y'all are going to do it. 3. Because A, you don't believe it. B, you're going to wait to see it like 37 times before you actually say, you know what? This might work. Some of you guys are not going to use it because you have your own terrible strategy that you use that ain't never been working. I'm telling you guys, the RSI is like the baby VIX. It's like a baby earthquake. It's like a baby pandemic. When you see a stock, I don't care what the stock is. That's why I tell you guys, I can trade anything. It don't matter what it is, because statistics tells you that if something goes oversold, you don't buy it just because it's oversold. That's the problem a lot of you guys make. You see something selling off really, really hard, and then you immediately say it's on sale. We don't know how low this is going to go, and the only way it's going to go up in price is you need whales to buy it, not thousandaires and hundredaires or penny stock lookers. They're not moving the market. The people that move the market are whales. You need whales to buy the market. This RSI ain't watching us. It's watching whales. When whales start buying this thing, it's going to move through the trend line. And when it moves through that trend line and you know that the whales are buying, that's your signal, that's your trigger to buy. All right? Now, my strategies are so simple and so basic, the average person is not going to believe that it's that easy, because let's be real. We've all looked at thousands of TikTok lives. We looked at thousands of YouTube videos, and everybody claims to have the easiest, most simple strategy ever used. But ain't nobody, and I mean nobody. Because I've been on TikTok for a very long time. I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I've been on Facebook for a very long time. Rarely do you see people pull your stocks from the audience. They're usually pulling up their own stuff that they've already done their own statistics on. I don't do that. Be like, let's look at any of y'all stocks. Here's the strategy. Watch this. I don't care what stock y'all give me. I don't care what time frame y'all give me. You can create a new time frame for all I care. You can be like, Joe, let's look at a 27.5 day chart. I'll create it, and because what the technicals do, guys, is it creates the technicals of what's actually happening. Buying pressure, selling pressure, stock price it's following price action. So it don't matter. Oversold conditions on any chart is telling you that it's probably about the reverse. If it does reverse and buying really comes in, it's usually not short-lived. It's usually going to give you a nice little trend, probably to the 25 or 50% retracement on a Fibonacci retracement. I've been telling you guys this for years. One thing that I did that was good, I take that back. My very first class I ever took was with Invest Tools. $250 back in 2006 or 7. I took a $250 class. I learned support, resistance, trend lines. I learned what a chart was. That was it. That was my only education I ever got. I thought I was going to get educated on options. I paid $10,000 for an options class. They gave me 4 DVDs and said, go have at it. So it was useless. At the time, I had a little bit of cheese, so I was mad, but just like a lot of you guys, you got taken for granted. Right? So I always tell people to this day that $250 that I spent on that class was the best investment I ever made, because it made me open up an account. It made me start looking at charts. And then I learned the hard way by time and energy, and pulling up charts all the time and watching these patterns go by. I taught myself all of this stuff. I didn't know a lot of these indicators were the most used by certain pension funds and mutual funds. And then later, when I started watching television shows like Fast Money and Mad Money, and I started seeing them use the same things I was using, I watched those shows and then started using them. I was like, oh, the advanced cats that are out there that are actually moving the market, they're not using all that advanced crap that these people are trying to teach y'all. It's always the 200 days. It's simple moving averages. It's not support and resistance lines. If you guys ever watch any of these CNBC or Mad Money shows, they're never talking about a support level or a resistance level ever, or a triple bottom or a triple top. You only hear about that in these novice classes with these people that are just coming into the market. What are they always talking about? Moving averages, always. They'll talk about 52-week lows, 52-week highs. They talk about the 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, the 200-week moving average. They talk about the RSI, the MACD, and your day traders talk about the VWAP. Your options traders, what are they talking about? Unusual options activity. That's all they talk about. They're looking at the volume at certain strike prices, and then they're trying to determine from what they see in their charts what's happening with the market. Once you start putting together all the pieces of the major things that everybody looks at, all that other crap is just noise. All right, so I'm saying this because I'm about to look at a whole bunch of you guys' stocks. You're going to see the same pattern no matter what stock, no matter what chart we look at. And it's going to surprise you, because a lot of us have spent thousands of dollars trying to find the easiest methods, the easiest strategies. And that's why I built this room, so that we guys can come into this community. I can pull up these stocks, and I'm not just cherry picking what I'm looking at. I'm looking at whatever y'all bring to me. I don't care what it is. All right. So that's MP, right? So let's look at Oracle, or let's look at CoreWeave. All right, I am going to give special preference to the stocks that, the people that bring me the stocks that that have the big blue letters, because they're using the stickers that I created. What do you guys notice about this chart right here? What do you guys notice about this RSI? What do you guys notice? I want you guys to see this with your own eyes because y'all don't be believing how easy it is to invest and trade in this market. Y'all don't. Y'all think it's so hard that, and a lot of it is just patience. What if I told you I didn't need to ever buy nothing until I see this happening right here? What if I told y'all, don't even bring a stock to me until I see this? Until I see that, until I see this, don't bring a single stock to me until I see this and that. Now, it's hard to see it on your screen, but this is what we call the RSI. I hate it that people have thrown this in the trash. And I said, guys, you're not doing yourself any justice. I'm telling you guys right now, it don't matter what stock y'all bring to me today for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to show y'all 90 out of 100 stocks that we look at. I promise y'all, 2 of them may not work. Most of the time, it's 100% of the time. But y'all don't have the patience to do this. You don't have the patience to wait for something to go oversold on the RSI. You just don't have the patience. You want your money right now. And I'm like, you can get your money right now. But what if you just exercise just a little bit of patience? Look at this. This is when this RSI went off. What just happened in CoreWeave just recently? A RSI that just went off. Now watch with your own eyes, because y'all don't be believing how easy this is. If an RSI goes off, I'm telling you guys, don't buy it until the whales start buying it. You only know that whales are buying it because it's gonna break this trend. When that trend is broken, you have to wait. You have to wait. If you're using the what would Joe do method, you have to wait until the trend is broken. When the trend is broken, go at it. There you go. Money to be made easy. Easy. You could have bought this stock in the $78 range. It ran all the way to about $114. That was back in November and December. All you had to do was wait again. Wait, guys. There's scanners that you could create for yourself that says, can you tell me stocks that have an RSI going off right now? You could have waited because it didn't happen again, guys, until just recently. Just recently. Yes, guys, just recently. You had a chance to buy CoreWeave. But I keep telling you, do not buy it when it's going oversold. You don't know how low it's going to go. You just don't know, guys. You just don't know. We don't know that. But we do know when the whales start buying it, because stocks will not go up in price if the whales ain't buying it. It's just not going to happen. When the whales start moving CoreWeave, if you were short this, you better get out. And that's why you got this short squeeze. The 2 times that CoreWeave had a oversold RSI were the 2 times that it reversed from the lows. I didn't have to look at nothing. I didn't have to go to an earnings call. I didn't have to go to an earnings call. I have to look for a double or a triple bottom. I didn't have to do Elliott waves. I didn't have to do Bollinger Bands, pivot points, Keltner channels. I didn't have to even do Fibonacci retracement. You mean to tell me, Joel, all I got to do when I'm looking for these great trades and investments is look for an oversold RSI? I'm like, yeah. And draw a trend line? I'm like, yeah. When you learn how to trade the market and there's nobody there to teach it to you, you always look for the easiest patterns. And then when you start seeing other professionals using it, you're like, oh, yeah, I've been using that for 10 years. Like, what are you talking about? It's not advanced. You see, I didn't flip back and forth between 5, 6, 7, 8 different charts. I used one indicator, one line. I use one chart, one line, one indicator, and I will out trade all of y'all. All of y'all. Every single person in here. I will outtrade you on any stock, on any time frame that you give me. And it's not because I'm better. It's just because I'm better. If you were day trading CoreWeave today, I haven't, honest to God, guys, I have not looked at CoreWeave's chart today. I don't know what CoreWeave did today. So before we even look at CoreWeave, we got to know what direction that VWAP is angled. If it's angled down, we're going to trade to the downside. If it's oversold, we'll take a shot at it, but it better break a trend line back to the upside. If it breaks to the upside, you want to put a stop in place real quick and hopefully, don't lose any money. So if we pull up a 5-minute chart, I just told y'all the strategy before we even freaking started. All right, by 9:45, what direction is this VWAP angle? Now, it was kind of sideways to straight, so I get it. If you didn't want to short it, CoreWeave looked like it was going kind of sideways. It really wasn't giving you no direction to go into. But what do I not see? I do not see anything oversold on the RSI, like the MACD, RSI. Nothing's happening. I'm going to take the MACD off so that you guys can see the RSI. If I was going to take a shot at this as a reversal, the RSI didn't go oversold, guys, till 4 o'clock. So that's a no trade. You see how it didn't get oversold until the end of the day? The end of the day is when it went oversold. So does that mean you buy it, Joel, and wait for tomorrow? Nah, but if you were trading after hours, do y'all know when this bottomed out? You got it when it went oversold. And y'all refuse to use the RSI don't be working because you don't know how to use it. It's not for you. It's for professionals that know how to use it. If you were trading after hours, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, it bottomed out at 87. You could have caught you a little dollar. If you were trading the VWAP all day long, though, you see how from 9:45 till now, once that VWAP started to turn down, guys, this was bearish. That is angled down. Joel doesn't want to be around. That means I'm shorting it. So that means I'm shorting this thing every time it breaks this trend line to the downside. Joel would have been short right here. I know it's green. I would have been short right there. Once it came up in price again right here, if it's touching that VWAP and then it breaks to the downside with high volume, I'm shorting it all day long. There you go. I'm going to short it right there. Very easy. I'm not trying to go to the upside. I'm shorting it every time. All right. Let's look at Oracle. Let's look at Oracle from an investing standpoint. If I was investing in Oracle, what do you guys notice about this chart? Quickly, I don't even want you, it's not even my opinion. What do you guys notice about this chart? What direction is the blue line angle? This is a 200-day moving average. What direction is CoreWeave angled? 200-day. This is important for you traders. That's right. It's angled sideways to down. So guess what? It doesn't mean you can't go long. But guys, if you're going to go long in something that has a 200-day angle down, because I get it. It's going to reverse at some point. I get that. I get it. You're preaching to the choir. It's just y'all don't know how to get in long. If something is going down in value, I kept hearing you guys tell me, Should I buy Oracle? 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 Joel, should I buy Oracle? Joel, should I buy Oracle? What do you guys notice about this chart from June? Not only was it going down, it has not broken a major trend to the upside yet. But hear me out. What do you guys notice at the bottom of the chart? This is stock number 3. This is stock number 3. The third stock we looked at, guys, how come every single time it reverses, the RSI goes blue? Do y'all see this? I hope you guys are seeing this because y'all don't believe it. You don't believe a young black man like myself can see this market clearer than anybody y'all have ever seen do this. What do you notice down there, people? An oversold RSI. So, anybody complaining and asking me if I should buy something that's in a downtrend, the what would Joel do method, I'm going to explain it to you guys. The what would Joel do method is a momentum strategy. I'm going to explain it to you. The what would Joel do method of investing and trading. You terrible traders. Is momentum first. It's momentum first. First. That means if I see a moving average angle down, Joel is only going in the direction of a moving average. You got to pick one on whatever chart you're using. You're using a VWAP. You're day trading, you're going to use the VWAP. You're swing trading or investing, you probably want to use a 200-day. I'm going to say this a million times. The only time I counter trend, the only time I will counter trend is with an oversold RSI. Period. It can't be that simple, Joe. It is that simple. Always been. Always been. Y'all make it complicated because, for one, I want you guys to think about this. Y'all don't know when it's oversold when you're buying it. Be honest. You don't know that it's oversold. You just think that it's going down in value. So how would you know that it's oversold if you ain't looking at the RSI? That's why you can't catch a bottom, because you haven't taken the time to put the RSI on your chart. Does it work to the upside? I don't use the RSI on overbought conditions. I don't. Because FOMO sometimes, I know it seems like panic selling. Panic selling, in all honesty, guys, is usually short and fast. It's usually short and fast. It's usually short months and it goes up in value. So no, I do not use the RSI on overbought conditions. I only use it on oversold conditions, even when I'm intraday trading. Okay? Now, if we were looking at, I thought we were looking at Oracle. This mug turned into CoreWeave, so let me go back to Oracle. Oracle also had the, look, that's funny. Oracle still had the same. Look, I ain't even have to look. Oracle still went oversold there. So what, this the fourth stock? Hold up, Joe. You mean to tell me Oracle, Oracle went oversold in June and July of this month. You missed it. Y'all been telling me and asking me if you should buy Oracle for 4 months. For 4 months, y'all been asking, is it time to buy? Is it time to buy? Is it time to buy? Now, I know I bought it also right here. Is it time to buy? Is it time to buy? Is it time to buy? What did I just say? What did the what would Joe do method says? It says, can you draw a white line? If you can draw a white line. And if you're not colorblind and you can see these blue lines down here, you just might catch a bottom. You terrible investors. Joel, quit calling me a terrible investor. Do you use the RSI? No. Well, you're a terrible investor. You luck up when the market goes up. I don't luck up. When my stocks go up, it's because I'm looking for the best time to buy them. Not when they're high, guys. When they're low and they're oversold. I don't just buy it because it's oversold, because my ego, I know I don't have nearly as much money as anybody else. I can't move the market. Just because I buy it doesn't mean that Wall Street's like, Joel's buying, everybody jump in. Even though now that the feds be listening in on my conversations, maybe they do. Maybe somebody's on. Maybe somebody's like, he knows. And he's teaching these other people the easy way. HNX. I don't even know what HNX is. What the heck is HNX? I bet you I can trade it better than you. Some of you guys probably been studying HNX for 4 months. And old Jolie Joel just come in here and be like, is it blue? I'm buying. If it's not, I ain't listening to no earnings call. I ain't looking at no sheet. Y'all be like, you gotta look and see if the company is cash positive. You have to look and see what the PE ratio is and, your price to earnings. Don't nobody care about that except people that want to care about that. I don't give a dang about a PE ratio. Joel, you don't have a Series 6, 7, or 8 license. You shouldn't be educating people on the market. Yeah, but I've had a Series 3, a Series 5, and a Series 8 BMW. What you driving? Just jokes, guys. Just jokes. I'm living right now. So arrogant. That's why, Joe. That's why don't nobody come to your lives. You too arrogant. I'm just jokes. Shut up. It's funny. Series 6, car people will laugh. I can't find HNX. Are you sure it's HNX? I can't find HNX. I gotta find a different one. Nobody cares about your little BMWs. Always bragging. All right, guys. What are we gonna look for? I know y'all don't believe it. Should RTX? What's this, Raytheon? This y'all. Oh, we went to war. We just threw some missiles. I'm buying Raytheon today. I'm buying Raytheon today. My friend that works over at Goldman Sachs with a Series 7's license told me I should be investing in these war stocks. But look, when should you have bought it? I know y'all don't believe me. I know y'all gonna be like, I don't know what he talking. He don't know what he talking about. We gonna find the stock. We gonna find the stock where it didn't work. Look at this, guys. On April the 20th, we got an oversold condition on this company. Joel, should I buy these war stocks? Yeah. But not now. Why are you buying it now? Because, Joel, if you understood economics. We're depleted, and y'all don't. You can tell the people that think they smart. They don't say ammunitions. We're depleted in munitions. I'm like, what the hell is munitions and ammunitions? What's the difference? We're depleted in munitions. So they're gonna need these companies. I'm like, I understand the fundamental reasoning why these stocks should go up. You don't have to educate me on munitions. But let me educate you on buying. You don't buy way up here. You terrible investor. Thank you for telling me the difference between munitions and ammunition. Always trying to check me. Well, I went to Harvard Business School. Listen, I got a lot of friends that went to Harvard. Some that are on here right now, they gonna hit me in the comment section like, Joe, shut up. I don't care about your Harvard. I went to Harvard Business. You don't even know what a market cap is. You ain't know what a market cap was last week, Mr. Harvard man or woman. So explain to me this market cap thing. They don't say market. Can you explain this market capitalization? Can you explain market capitalization again? I remember taking it in. This is how people that are intelligent, but they don't want to say they don't know it. I remember learning this. You remember I went to Harvard. I learned about market capitalization, I think, second semester. But can you refresh me on it? Because I think I have an understanding of it. Like, you don't know what it is, Mr. Harvard man. Market capitalization. You didn't take that at your second year. I'm pretty sure in economics class we learned about it, Joel. Can you refresh me on what market cap? Mind you, they work at Goldman Sachs. Oh, y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. How you managing $50 million? You don't know what the hell a market cap is. Anyway, you don't buy up here, guys. You don't buy up here. You wait until it goes oversold. It went oversold on the RSI back in April and May. If you had just drawn a trend line, make jokes so that you guys can remember this crap. Listen, I'm not making fun of the Harvard grads that don't know what actually, yes, I am. I'm making fun of all of y'all that don't know what a market cap is. Like, God dang it. Making fun of all of y'all. This is my time to do it. I'm making fun of all of y'all. When it breaks its trend line, remember, you don't buy it just because it's oversold. Nobody knew that this was going to drop like this. But when it dropped in price, it hit the 200-day. You don't just buy it because it hits the 200-day. You can. We knew it was oversold. But when the whales, I'm going to say that again. Joel, who's the whales? It ain't us. Joel, who are these whales you talk about? Who are these whales? You always talking about whales. They're the billionaires and the $1 billion and trillions of dollars rolling into these stocks. When the whales start buying, you're gonna see price just start to rise. And I know you guys think that it's a one-day thing. I know you do. Because that's what your brains are trained to do. Your brains are trained to say, oh, I'm going to miss it if I don't buy it today because tomorrow it's going to go from $95 to $500. I know it's going to happen, Joel. It happens to me all the time. When the whales start buying, guys, it's going to go up for months, sometimes years. And I know you guys are like, no, I've never seen a stock go up for years. Word? All stocks that are sitting at their all-time highs now have gone up for years. You remember 15 years ago when I told y'all to buy Amazon? You didn't believe it was gonna go up. Joel, I didn't really think it was gonna actually go up for 15 years. I didn't learn that in Harvard Business School. I had to get in when I could. So yeah, investors, if you're gonna hold this for 15 years, I'm not gonna beat you over the head. Like, I gotta make sure that I'm clear about that. If you're gonna hold this for 15 years, you can buy it at all-time highs. I know I make fun of you guys for buying at the all-time highs. But if you really wanna buy things on sale, you gotta be a little bit patient. You gotta wait until they come down into their 200-day moving average. And you just gotta be a little bit patient, and you gotta learn how to use charts. Or you just gotta come to this live, ask for a stock, and then throw me like a galaxy or something. Like for $10, Joel, can you look at my whole portfolio? I got cats to do that. They be like, for $10, I just go to Joel. For $10, I pull up my little 10 stocks every month. He cheap. Look, those the people that know what buy low and sell high mean. You come here, I'm gonna look at your stock. Y'all be paying $10,000. I just paid this Harvard grad. He's gonna go over my portfolio and assess my risk management. Did they tell you to buy when the RSI goes oversold? They don't even know what an RSI is. I'm not beating down my Harvard grad people. I'm just making fun of y'all. I got a degree from Harvard. You don't even know what a market cap is. Get out of here. Y'all the problem. You're smart, you're intelligent, I give you everything. You're the top 1%. Just be real. Just be like, no, I don't know what that is. I got my degree. I'm making money with this degree. Now tell me what the dang market cap is, Joel. Damn. And then I'll put you on to some stuff. I'll put you on to some IPOs you can't get into. Mr. What would Joel do, making fun of me all day? You know what I got access to. I got access to money. I don't need to know what an RSI is. You're right. But the more you keep making fun of me, I ain't putting you on a nothing. This is how my conversations be going for real. I hear how you be talking about me. I ain't talking. You ain't the only person I know that go to Harvard. Like, get out of here. Look, I talk about all of yous. All right. So it went over. So it's overbought right now. All right. Let's look at LA. Let's look at Okay, Joe Gray wants to look at SMH. I'm gonna pull that up. SMH. So if you guys are looking at the semiconductor space, if you guys really wanted to make a whole bunch of money in semiconductors, y'all better just sit. Oh my God! If y'all ever see a oversold condition on the RSI for the semiconductors, can y'all please tell me? I will send you a galaxy, because this right here, oh my God, it moves like a meme stock. I've never seen an ETF move like this, guys, in my life. I've never seen an ETF move like this. This is the semiconductor ETF, which is the SMH. In April, guys, it went oversold on the RSI, and I missed it. Oh, I'm mad. I ended up buying, I went pure stock, but Micron and SanDisk, none of those stocks were on my radar at the time. The only thing that was on my radar was Nvidia. That was it. It went oversold in April, and remember, you don't buy it just because it goes oversold, guys, because during this period was oversold, all of this. You never buy just because it's oversold. That's like 5-10 days of just losing. This is the mistake a bunch of y'all make. Just because it's oversold don't mean it can't go lower for 3 more weeks. You gotta wait until the whales start buying. When the whales start buying, guys, it's gonna break that trend. And when this trend breaks, a lot of these companies have what they have a very high float for shorts. And these shorts are gonna have to cover. And when they cover, it's going to cause the short squeeze of all short squeezes. Because it's coming from an oversold position. That means everybody had their foot on the gas when the RSI is going off. And the market loves this. And technical people like me, we love this because we know that the bounce is about to be fierce and it's going to go in the opposite direction. And it's not going to be for 1 or 2 days, guys. It's going to be 1 or 2 months. You're talking about making a fortune? Guys, you can just wait until the SMH goes oversold. And when the whales start buying this again and you buy some call options on this bad boy, you're talking about, if you can afford it, you're going to make a killing. The SMH went oversold, and this bad boy, this is an index. This is an ETF. Do y'all know the lows were about $170? Y'all know what price we're at today? This was April of last year. Imagine if you had $170,000. Or let's just say 17, because 170,000 be scaring y'all. So I don't want to scare nobody. Because the bigger the numbers are, the more y'all don't believe it. So we're just going to say, let's say you had $17,000. Can you imagine your $17,000? You just went from buying a used Honda Civic. You just went from buying a used Honda Civic. You just bought it too. You just went to the dealership, got a loan on it. Hey, look, I love Honda Civics. You just went from owning a used Honda Civic. What if I told you in 3 months, not 3 months, from April, good Lord, from April until the following April, you went from 17,000, you went from a Honda Civic to what can you get with this, guys? What can you get for 42,000? What, a used? Not even a used. You can get what, you a used BMW? You can get you a used 3 Series. You went from a Honda Civic to a 3 Series. You went from a Honda Civic to a, you know what you can get for 42,000, guys? You can get a Tesla 3. I don't know if you can get it now for that price. I remember buying my wife's Tesla, I think was 42. I paid 42 grand for it cash. You went from a Honda Civic to a Tesla. Okay, I won't say Teslas because if I say Teslas, y'all gonna run. You went from a Honda Civic to a 3 Series Beamer. And then, I'm not finished. It went from 17,000 to 42,000 to 67,000. You done got you a nice little used Range Rover. Look at you. You done came up. Imagine putting 17,000 in something, and within a year later, well, we'll say 18 months. 18 months later, guys, it was worth 67,000. I don't even want to tell you what that would have been worth. If you had bought $10,000 worth of options on the SMH, and you were able to go a year or 2 years out, guys, I'm not even going to tell you what that 10,000 would have been worth. It would have been worth, oh my God. Yeah, it would have been worth something obscene. Cadillac CTS, all right. But we missed it, but it went oversold. And guess what? It's looking like it's trying to, it looked like it was gonna go oversold, guys. And believe me, I was watching it. I was watching the SMH when the market was selling off. My whole comeback story was I was gonna buy the SMH, but the market reversed. The SMH never went oversold in the last month. When the market sold off, the only way you were going to be able to catch the SMH was you were going to have to draw this trend line and trust that buying it right now, guys, was the move. So if you were buying the SMH right now, I wouldn't be mad at you. This is when you buy it. I know you guys are like, but I missed it down here, Joel. No one's gonna catch it on that day. No one. Unless you pay $100,000 a month and you part of Trump's True Social tweets. The only way you're gonna catch that. I ain't got $100,000. Y'all won't even be a super fan for $10. Where we talk about these trades. All right. So you could have caught it, but wait until it breaks the trend. If you're thinking about buying it, guys, this is where you get in. And then you put a stop maybe at the bottom, way down there. That's where you put your stop. I usually tell people to put a stop at the candle that first broke through. I would put a stop at the bottom of that candle. But if you have enough capital, put it at the bottom of where that first little circle is. But I keep telling you guys, double bottoms and triple bottoms don't work. They only work in classes where the teacher just learned indicators and decided that they wanted to have a class like 6 months later. Which I'm not mad at my teachers that want to educate this stuff. But I can always spot a new teacher. I'm like, look at you teaching stock classes. You only been in this for about 6 to 12 months, huh? They're like, how did you know, Joe? Because you're teaching double bottoms and support and resistance. Look at you. Don't nobody care about support and resistance, but it's cute. I'm glad you're teaching them. You're teaching them the indicator, but it doesn't work. Nobody cares about support and resistance lines. We use moving averages as support and resistance lines. Nobody uses their own support and resistance because don't nobody give a damn about your support or your resistance line. But we all can see these moving averages. That's so sweet. Look at you teaching people the cute little double bottoms and triple bottoms. Look at you. They don't work. And you're a newbie. Use moving averages as support levels and resistance levels. If you guys look at this 200-day moving average, when the 200-day is angled up, what do you guys notice? It's acting as a support area, people. You see this? Look at that. Ooh, how did they know to buy right there? I'm just gonna draw a double bottom right here. I'm gonna buy a double bottom. I'm gonna buy the SMH right here, Joel. And then it came down to here and it was like, psych your mind. Well, I'm just gonna draw another support level right here, Joel. When it comes down to this level, I'm gonna buy. It ain't never coming. Oh, it did right there. Look at that. When you finally bought, what happened, guys? It went lower. I keep telling y'all, when it comes back to your support level, it ain't reversing. Now, it did reverse if you had a little bit of if you could hold it. But what also happened? The RSI went off. It didn't reverse because of your support level. It reversed because of this RSI. That's why it reversed. So then you do it over and over again because the one time it actually reversed for you. Nobody cares about your support. We want to support you. Nobody cares about your support level. I'm sorry. Nobody. Nobody said, Mandy has a support level here, guys. We need to buy. Nobody cares about your support line. All right. But we all can see where the 200-day is. All right. All right. Let's look at CRM and Citigroup. CRM. Do you think it's going to work, guys? Do you think it's going to work, or is Joel FOS? What direction? Now, I will say this. Because CRM, that bad boy, is not working. This is one of those few times where if it loses for you, and I'm going to be honest with you, look, even if you bought it right here, it lost. It still won. Now watch. It hits the 200-day. It's oversold during that period. Y'all see this? This is oversold. This is oversold, guys. That means it's gonna reverse. When the whales start buying, you take a shot at it. If it goes back to the price that you bought it at, then it's probably going lower. Remember, double bottoms and triple bottoms usually result in a lower price. So when you bought it here, let's say you drew the trend line, you did everything, you did the what would Joel do method, you get in right here, you get in for $250. It's like having a $250,000 house when you get in, or $25,000. And that $25,000 goes to $300. Now, most of you guys wouldn't have known that there was a 200-day moving average sitting up here, unless you pulled up indicators. And when you notice that line up there, you would have said, let me see what happens, because if it breaks back down to the downside, I might lose my money. Now, the 200-day is angled up. You're supposed to buy this like this, guys. But once it broke back to the downside and it went sideways, and then all of a sudden, the 200-day started to angle down. Now you don't want to be around. Now you're like, uh-oh, something is wrong. Joel is not trying to buy this unless maybe it goes oversold again. So then you see it go oversold again right here. You can try it as long as it doesn't lose. So it goes oversold right here. Watch this. If you bought it, if you see it go oversold right there, and you learn how to draw a white little line like this, you can take a shot at it. When it broke that trend, you still could have bought it right here. Remember, when I win all the time. It doesn't mean I'm going to win all the way up to this 200-day moving average, but I'm at least going to break even. So it went from $240 to about $258. Now, if you bought one share, that doesn't seem like it moved a lot. But I'm telling you guys, this stock moved about 7 to 8%. Once it moves about 8 or 9% in your direction, your stop needs to be at break even. So that in case it comes back like it did right here, you can get your butts out, like right here. And it gave you a chance to get out. And then it started to go back up in price, guys. But look, the 200-day is angled down. Now, Wesley probably wants to look and see what's happening right now. What is happening as we speak? Well, check this out, guys. Do y'all know that CRM went oversold right here? I know you're like, Joel. Yes. On June the 18th. Because y'all don't know how to catch bottoms. I do. On June the 18th, I wish one of y'all told me. On June the 18th, 2026, Salesforce went oversold. Word? And guess what happened on June? It took a week. It went oversold on June the 18th. Do y'all know that was the low? That day, the day. We haven't looked at a stock today that didn't reverse off the oversold conditions. But this is so hard, Joel. It's so hard. It's so hard. No, it's not. It's hard for you. It's not hard for me. This stuff is easy. It's one of the easiest things I've ever done. One of the easiest ways to invest. Y'all just don't know how to do it. And I'm teaching it to you for free. If you had bought this, you would have caught the lows. And guess what, guys? I promise you anything. I promise you the news was the most negative you were ever going to hear about Salesforce during that time. But you know what? The smart investors came in. They were like, nah, you ain't going to fool me because the whales are buying. Not only did they start buying, guys, the volume started. You guys got to look at volume. When the whales start buying, you're going to see volume candles increase. When the volume candles increased from an oversold condition, breaking a trend line, you have to turn your TV off. You got to stop listening to people in different rooms. You need to come here where we talk about everything. We don't care. When I was seeing these charts reverse, guys, I was telling everyone, guys, look, these charts are reversing and the whales are buying. Now, it might go down in price, but you can't lie about whales buying. And when whales buy, guys, it's not a one-day event. I keep telling y'all this over and over again. When them fools start buying, they buy for months. You're talking about a 2-month, 3-month move. It's not a one-day event. I know you feel like it is because that's how it's just been for you. It's not for me. When I get into things, guys, it trends for months, for years. It doesn't matter who's in office. Don't matter how you feel about this person or that person. It don't matter even how you feel about the company. It's just pure economics and fundamentals when it comes to the market. It got oversold. Whales started buying it. You weren't in the room when they started buying it. You're not going to be there to buy it the day, but you got an idea of when they're going to buy it because they're going to come and call people like me and say, yo, what do you see in the charts? And the technicians that they pay like me, I'm going to say, look, this is oversold. I would wait a little bit. You can buy a little bit now, maybe buy a 25% quarter position, but I don't see any actual buying yet. You might be the only fund that's buying. Then later you might hear, hey, the company, the insiders are buying their own stock. Once that word comes, guys, it's not a one-day event. You're going to start seeing it break its trend, start going to the upside, and it goes up for months. Not days, not hours, months. Because once word gets out that this pension fund is buying, and then that mutual fund is buying, and that the company is buying back its own shares, they know how to time the market. That's their job. Their whole job is to make their investors know when to get in and when to get out. All right, trying to teach you guys the $1 million strategies that's happening all around you. That's so easy to spot, it's crazy. Every single solitary chart we looked at today has not been wrong when the relative strength index went up. It's the baby VIX. The VIX is the best indicator ever created on Earth. If you ever wanted to catch an absolute bottom, look at that VIX. When that VIX is over 50, you go all in. All in, all the time. 50 VIX, I'm in. This is a baby VIX. The RSI is a baby VIX. It's a baby earthquake. It might not be a 7 or an 8 or a 9. Well, it might not be an 8 or a 9. The VIX, When it goes over 50, that's like an 8 or a 9 earthquake. It's obliteration. Nuclear bomb went off. That's it. There's no coming back from it. That's the end. They hit the button. But the RSI is like a 6.0 or 7.5. It's still bad. So when a stock reaches that oversold RSI, guys, that means it's being sold so much it's just ridiculous. But it can go oversold for months. That's why you got to wait for the whales to come in. The only way that you're going to see it is you got to see it break the trend line. You just draw a single line. That's it. One little line. And when it breaks that trend, that's buying. You can't make a stock cannot go up in price if there's no buying. It has to be a higher price than the day before if it's going to go higher. And it doesn't mean that the next day it goes higher. That's what confuses a bunch of y'all. Y'all will see these little moves on up days, like right here, thinking, all right, this is when it's turning. No, that's not when it's turning. This isn't when it's turning. It's turning when it breaks the overall trend. When it broke the overall trend, guys, and all they're looking for, I'm telling you what the masters are looking for. The masters are looking for 3 days. I'm giving y'all the secrets. You see them shutting down my lives. I'm giving you the secrets. They're waiting for 3 days or 3 candles, no matter what chart you're looking at. When they break this trend and the stock can go sideways, not 3 going down, guys. It has to go sideways or up for 3 days. If you can see that, you're going to start seeing everybody jump in. You're early in the move. Once you get in 10, 15 candles late, guys, it's over. I wouldn't say it's over. It's just not a good risk to reward. You're not going to see me get in 12 candles later way over here. And it don't matter what stock we look at, guys. It's the same freaking patterns every time. And all we're doing is we're approaching this 200 day. We will probably stall when we hit it. Why? Because that's what happened in the past. If you look at the past, what did it do? It stalled when it hit the blue line. What did it do before that? It stalled when it hit the blue line. It's just patterns. When it's up, it increases your luck. But when it's underneath it, guys, for some odd reason, this stock does not like to just bust through the blue line. It always stalls when it gets there. So guess what's going to happen right here? I can almost bet you $1 million that when we hit this blue line, we going to stall. Now, I ain't betting it because anything ain't nothing 100%. But if I was a betting man, I'm not going to buy a short there, but I ain't going long there either. It's going to stall. This is Salesforce that you guys are looking at. Let's look at Citigroup. Oh, I got to go soon. Let's look at Citigroup. Let's look at Citigroup. Citigroup. Wait. Oh, Citigroup is C. What's Citigroup? Yeah, just C. What's going on in Citigroup? I don't know, but guess what? It went oversold right here on April the 2nd. It ain't been oversold since. So if you're going to buy something like this, I want to buy it because that was April of 2025. This bad boy's just been going up. So you're going to have to use a lower time frame in order to buy. So when I can't get into a stock like this and I just have to own it, I'll look at something like the 50-day moving average. And even on the 50-day moving average, guys, it's still a day chart, so I'm going to have the same RSI. I don't know why I did that. But, I'm going to look at areas to try to buy it. I'm going to try to buy it when it hits these major averages. It better hit it there. It better hit it there. It better hit it there. How is Joel getting in? I could have traded this 3 times over just by drawing this line using the what would Joel do method. Joel would have been in right here. I would have made money there. Or I could have waited for it to jump here. I would have drawn a single line. This line y'all refuse to draw. I would have drawn a line right there. I would have been in somewhere right around here. What's happening right now? If I was a betting man, I was going to wait until it touches this line. And then when it breaks that trend, I'm going to buy it somewhere around here. And see what happens. Every time, guys, I would have been up the next day. The next day I would have been up. Joel, how come when you get in stuff, it goes up the next day? Because I think like the billionaires, and you think like the hundredaires. That's why. You just think that you're better than me. I think I'm a better trader than you. I don't think I'm better than anybody here. I don't. But I'm definitely a better trader. You guys suck at trading. Most of y'all are gambling. I've seen y'all strategies. Y'all gamble. And it's cool. Just call a spade when you gamble. Just say it with your chest. Joel, I don't use indicators. I gamble. Y'all be in denial, thinking that you actually got a strategy. Guys, a strategy is not paying for an expensive class. That's not a strategy. I don't care how much your class costs. It's not a strategy. Okay? Being in a class is not a strategy. It's not. All right? Just making sure y'all understand this. All right, Christopher wants to look at LHX. Well, I tried to do that earlier. It didn't pop up. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go. I am spending all my time with you guys, just making sure. I've been gone for like 4 days. Oh, L3 Harris. All right, guys, let's look at L3 Harris. What are we looking for? Oh, this did go oversold, guys, and it reversed. Here's one that actually didn't work. That's hilarious. Why didn't it work? I don't know. But it didn't work here, guys. Well, it did for a second. I take that back. I take that back. Y'all know when Joel buys, it goes up immediately. So this is how you trade, guys. If you're in L,
your home is now on stay.
Think about getting out. Because look, it went oversold here. All right, you had a 200-day that was angled up. That means that's supposed to increase your luck. You had a trend line of it going down into the 200-day moving average. You did everything you were supposed to do. You bought it right here. It started to go your way immediately because, you know, when Joel buys it, it's going in that direction immediately. I don't know about y'all, but when I buy it, immediately goes up. Because the whales are buying, and when whales buy, guys, it's not a 1-day, 2-day, 3-day event. When they're buying reputable companies like this, they're going to buy for like a month. So they tried to buy this out for a month, guys. For a whole month. L3 Harris, even though you bought it in the 305 range, the highest it could go to was 317. So what's happening right now? You were still winning. I'm sorry, you were. Why are you losing now? Because it couldn't break this trend line. It couldn't break it. See that? It couldn't break it. It could not break through this blue line. And when this happened, guys, on this date, you probably should have got out. Now, I have a saying that the market usually gives If you got a good risk to reward for those people that know how to trade and know how to buy and know how to buy like the professionals like me, I'm going to show you something and you're going to laugh when you see this. When this broke its trend line, I'm going to show you something. When this broke its trend line, and everybody started buying it, this major line that you see at 303, this is where the professionals were buying. The professionals that know how to buy, we're always going to get taken care of because we know great risk to reward areas to buy. That means when this went up in price, guys, where did it bounce off of? 303. It's giving the professionals the first opportunity to get out. Then it went up higher again. People that were shorting this, the market usually rewards the professionals. Anybody that was shorting at the 200-day moving average, professionals are going to take care of you. All right. You were wrong. We're going to give you the opportunity to get out. Even the people that bought it at 303, what price do y'all think it came up to before it dropped again? You guessed it, guys. The 303 area where the professionals were buying. It gave you it. It said, look, because you're a professional, I'm going to give you a chance to get out this mug. It's up to you to decide. So if you bought it over here in the 303, 304 section, you did the right thing. It went to 316. It came back down. It went to 316 again. It came back down. Not only did it come back down, it went through this support level. And then it says, you know what, we wrong. We're going to give you one more time to get out before we make this stock actually drop. And look at that. Dang, it even gave you a third time to get out. It gave you every opportunity to get out of this trade. Only if you are professional, though. I had taken apart the entire television. And now, it looks like it's trying to come back. But nothing on this chart is telling me to buy this. The only people that are buying this company is people that are trying to buy off the fundamentals. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's where a lot of you guys go wrong. I know fundamentally you're supposed to buy companies that are invested in data centers. I get that. But there's a way to buy these companies. You don't just buy them because Joel talks about data centers every freaking live. There's a fundamental reason why you guys should be buying defense stocks. But you gotta say to yourself, okay, fundamentally, you know, our munitions are depleted. The government contracts, the president has gone to Congress and said we need, I forgot how much money they said we needed, what, $50 billion? We need an additional $50 billion for defense because for the defense budget. I get all the fundamental reasons to own these companies, but are the whales buying? Remember, they're not smarter than us. It's just that they move the market. They could be. I told y'all we are smarter than them, but they move the market. They're gonna go consult with people like me first. What's going on in the charts? What do you think, Joe? What would Joe do? I'd be like, you can buy it. Understand the fundamental purpose, but the charts are going down. Like there's nobody buying. There's no pension funds, no mutual funds. If they're buying, they're not buying at a. They're not like the supply. It just doesn't look like everybody's on board. There's a couple of funds that are buying it. That's why the stock isn't falling, but it ain't turning around. I'm sorry, I understand the fundamental reason of owning these. I get it. If you're a smart, intelligent person, I get it. But you also got to be smart enough to understand that the only way these stocks are going to go up is not when you buy them. It's when the whales are buying. And whales ain't buying yet. In fact, gamble right now. This is a 50-50. I don't know what this can do. It can go up here to this trend line, or it can easily fall. That's what I would be telling everyone. There's no buying. There's buying, but not enough buying where I see significant.
I wish I could pay for live sports for this one
Look,
day, not the whole month.
if you want to own this is the positive aspect. If you want to buy this, you better keep a tight stop. Draw a trend line underneath it like this. If you break this trend line, guys, we're going lower. Period. Especially if it's 2 or 3 days. We're going lower. So you could buy this now. If you're buying this, I would hold it to about 316. At 316, you need to make a decision what you want to do with it. Sell half your shares, hold it forever. I don't know. You traders, it might reverse there. It might sit there for a minute. So I get it. I see the positive case for it. I get it. I do. Now, would I have bought it because of this, this move right here? Nah. I've seen this happen all the time. But if you're going to do it, it dropped. It broke the trend. I can see you buying it right here. If you're going to buy it, this is where you buy it. So I don't want to be too negative because, yeah, if you were swing trading, that's a great area to buy. In fact, even if you drew a Fibonacci retracement, and it dropped in price, it's right around the 50% area. Well, that's if you were reversing. My bad, I drew that kind of wrong. From the lows to the highs, though, I would want it to come in a little bit to the 278 area. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to. I had a brain freeze right there. So, it is what it is. It is what you want to do. All right, Prisma, you wanted me to look at one. Did I look at your? Oh yeah, I looked at your Citigroup. We looked at Salesforce. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7. I'll look at one more. Just what did you want me to look at? LITE. Last one, guys. Last one. If I didn't see your stock today, y'all, what did I tell you guys? On Mondays, it's going to be very hard for me to see your stock on Mondays. Mondays are the worst days for me to look at your stock. You better support the room. Mondays is the worst. Joel is going to have 50-some stories. I'm going to have 50, especially if I ain't been here in 4 days. You know your stock ain't. We might look at 3 stocks for the day. But if you were, this is Lumentum. What is the chart showing you guys? If you wanted to buy this, if you wanted to buy Lumentum, I would have drawn a line like this. Joel would have been in somewhere. I would have bought here and then I would have been mad. I would have bought here and I would have been mad. It went down. So guess what? Remember what I told you guys? The market rewards, and I'm going to tell y'all this over and over again. The market rewards the professional traders that are buying at these specific levels. Like when you break a trend and we start buying there, the market rewards you even when you're wrong. It usually will say, look, you're wrong in this trade. We're going to give you one more. We're going to bring the price back to where you were wrong, and we're going to give you the opportunity to get your money back. Now, we might keep going. So, it was against you and you were supposed to sell in the first place. So I always tell people this. If you were supposed to get out, you were supposed to get out at the bottom of the previous candle. And let's say you still in it, and it went down to that 200-day moving average and it's breaking. You can buy it now, but if you couldn't sleep at night, this is for my people that bought in at a very good risk to reward. and you couldn't sleep at night because of your position. If you bought at the professional levels, you need to get out so that you can continue to sleep at night. The market's going to reward you for buying at a great risk to reward area. It's probably going to come back to that price, even though you were wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if this reversed right here and went back down. If you're just now entering this trade, I don't want you guys to get afraid because of the people that bought it before. I'm just saying if you couldn't sleep at night, the market's gonna, more than likely, the market's gonna give you a chance to get out. Be patient enough. Still have your risk to reward in place, but some of you guys are hard headed. Some of you guys miss it. But if you didn't buy it off of a whim or off of a tweet or off of a whatever, and you're literally drawing trend lines and seeing the trend line breaks, if you're trading the way that I trade, you're gonna get an opportunity to get out. I almost always have an opportunity to get out. Because when I buy things, it normally goes in my direction. When it doesn't, I'm like, oh man, it's about to continue to go down. And it catches me with my pants down. And then I'll be like, all right, I got it at a very good risk to reward area. Can I stomach another 15 or 20% drop? If the answer is yes, usually it'll pop up, I'll get out, and then I'll reassess it at another time because I would have been wrong if I bought it there. Now, if you bought it here at the 200-day moving average, then great, you're good. But remember, I don't just buy things just because it's at the 200-day moving average. So anyone that's in this stock right now, when it pushed down like that, in my opinion, if I'm in it and I'm still profiting, I might, if it's a trade, I might get out of this thing. Okay? Now, I'll show one more. I know I keep saying, I'm going to show one more. Microsoft. I got to give y'all a I told you so before I leave. But I told you so. Look at the week chart. I begged y'all to get in this trade. I said, guys, you're not going to be able to get in a company. Think about this. This company is one of the top 4 companies in the world. I said, guys, you don't understand. The larger a company is, I want you guys to listen to what I'm saying. This is from a true investor trader that has done well in the market. The companies that are the largest, I want you guys to understand what I'm saying because y'all be doing the opposite. The larger a company is, the easier it is to see its patterns. I want you guys to think of it like a cruise liner. The smaller a company is, if a company is on those jet skis, right, that y'all love to get on when you go to Jamaica or when you go on vacation, you rent it for like a couple of hours for like $150, $200. I can't tell what direction you're going in. Those are y'all people that buy those meme stocks and you're buying like penny stocks. You can't figure out what they're doing because they're so small they can move on a dime. The larger a company is, the easier it is to see its movements. That's why I keep telling you guys, SpaceX just ain't no company that just came out, guys. It immediately became a top 10 company in the world. That's why it's so easy to trade. And it will be the easiest stock to trade, I think, for the next decade. Now, Microsoft, what do you guys notice on this chart? Microsoft keeps hitting, guys, from the if I look at the history of Microsoft, I'm gonna look at all the information we can find forever on Microsoft. I just put max available. That means we're gonna go all the way back to freaking if we're gonna go all the way to 2000, what is this? We're gonna go all the way back to 1990. We just went back 36 years. Cause y'all be like, do stocks go up for 30 years? Yeah. Microsoft for 36 years. Watch and learn, guys. Watch and learn. This is 1990, 1991. We don't touch the yellow brick road. 1991, 1992, 1993. Don't get close to the yellow brick road. Don't get close to the yellow brick road. There we go. We just touched the yellow brick road, but look, it started to go up. This was 2001. Not only, this was after the dot-com crash. After the dot-com crash, the 200-week moving average was angled down. That means nobody should have been buying Microsoft. We didn't know about indicators back then. Nobody knew what an indicator was. Nobody knew what a 200-week was. But this information was out there. You think this was a coincidence? This isn't a coincidence. This is back, guys, when it cost like millions of dollars to get access to certain information. There were people that could pull up a 200-day and 200-week, but you had to have money back then. This is 04, 05. It's just hitting the 200-week. It's angled down. Now watch this. Watch what happens once the 200-week starts to angle up. Well, this was a bad moment too. It's making a fool of me. I forgot. This is 08, 09. All right, fundamentally, we knew what was happening then. The biggest financial crisis ever. All right. Now we're going back into 2013. Financial crisis is behind us. 2000 crash is behind us. From 2013 until now, watch what happens. Yellow brick road angled up. Economy's doing well. Everybody's buying at the yellow brick road. Keeps going up. That was 2023. That was 2025. And guess what just happened recently, guys? We touched the yellow brick road. Not only did we touch the yellow brick road, guess what else happened? That's right, guys. Joel bought Microsoft for every single person I know account. If you lived in my household, you got some Microsoft shares. My mama, my mother-in-law, my kids, even our own portfolio, I added Microsoft in everybody's portfolio. Everybody got some Microsoft. Why? Because this is rare. The RSI went off and we were hitting the yellow brick road. I bought this for everybody. There's your move right there. Now, we went from a company that everybody hated to being $40 away from its all-time highs. And I kept telling y'all to buy this. I kept telling y'all this is the number one stock on my list to buy. I said, guys, technically, I don't see anything that looks better than this. And for a second, it gave us a minute where it looked like it was going to be a problem. RSI went off, yellow brick road, top 10 company, 200-week moving average angled up. If you had bought in just like I bought, you would be up. How much are we up in this stock? I told you to buy. Told you to buy. Bought it for everybody in my family. Guys, it's up 43% from the lows. Y'all ain't hear me. 43%. I called this correctly to every single one of y'all. Who bought with me? I was like Jerry Maguire. I was like, who's coming with me? Who's buying? Joel's buying. Is anybody coming along for this ride with me? 43. Send my check in the mail. Send it. I told you to set up. You bought some? All right. All right, I got to get out of here, guys. I went overboard. It's like 10:30. I told y'all I was going to get off at 9:30. I done made y'all a lot of money in All right. Now, I've been buying and selling, like, remember, even if I'm buying and selling, guys, you don't know why I'm buying it. So I try to be as specific as possible if I'm buying it for a trade or an investment, what I'm looking at when I'm buying it. If you're part of the super fan group, so if you grab the heart me and you see that super fan group, that's where I tell everybody what I'm buying literally within 24 hours of buying. I'm like, I'm buying this particular stock. I bought some. Sometimes I might just be buying it, just be buying it. That's why when you come to lives, you got to see if he's serious. Is he going all in? But if you know how to pull up charts, you'll know exactly why I'm buying it. Sometimes you guys will come in and be like, Joel, I don't see nothing in the charts. Like, why did you buy this? And I'll be like, oh, I just bought it just to be buying it. I'm just adding to a position. But that's the beauty of being able to take the fundamentals and the charts. You guys can create your own strategy. I'm just showing you guys what I do and how I do it and why I do it. I know I make a lot of jokes and say how terrible you guys are, but it's because you guys are terrible traders and investors. I'm trying to get you guys to buy at better levels. If you're an investor, you can't go wrong. Well, I don't want to say you can't go wrong. Just about anything that you buy, if you hold that bad boy for long enough, and those 200 week moving averages are angled up and not down, you should be doing well. So your job, guys, as investors, especially my investors out there, investors that are out there, there's only one. This is your homework. Learn how to pull up a 200 week moving average. I need you to write. I don't need you to come here and do it. Do it for your family. Do it for yourself. Write down every single stock you have. I want you to pull up a 200 week moving average. All I want you to do is ask yourself, is this company bullish or bearish? For example, when you pull up your chart and you see this, are you going to say this is bullish or bearish? Is this a bearish chart, guys, or bullish? Is this on sale?
Bearish.
It's bearish and it ain't on sale. But Joel, that's Nike. That's Nike, Joel. What did I tell you guys?
You
Charts do
Nike.
not lie. People lie. They come on TV. They lie all the time. They lie on TV. If this stock was really a good stock to buy and it was on sale, you think you gonna be the first to get into it? No. Everybody and their mama knows this is a terrible stock, except for you, because you're in denial. You read a whole bunch of you read up on it. You've been in some groups where they're buying. I went into some groups, guys, where they're buying 3 month and 6 month calls on this thing. And I'm like, what the heck are y'all looking at? I hate seeing people lose money. Nike has one of the worst charts I think I've ever seen. Ever. Ever. For a stock that large. Well, that just means it's going to turn up. No, it doesn't. It means Nike is broken, guys. It's broken. It needs to do something. It needs a new PR. It needs a new CEO. Wall Street does not like this company and hasn't for 4 years. For 4 years, money has been exploding out of this company. But you'll never know it if you don't pull up a chart. You won't. Because all we do is remember how great Nike was and all the different people that became millionaires and LeBron James and Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. You know, all the people y'all hate. I specifically named the three most hated Nike endorsers. You have to say LeBron and Tiger and Michael Jordan. You know what they all have in common? What? But this is a bear stock. Your job is to pull up all your stocks and start saying, you know, why am I with this zero? cut this zero, get with a hero. I know that's corny to say that, but it's for real. Here's another one y'all keep buying. Here's another one. Here's another terrible stock. Y'all love these. What? I forgot the name. What's a bottom that hits 8 times? What's a 8? What's a top? Like I know a double bottom, triple bottom, quadruple bottom, pentuple bottom, sextuple bottom. What the hell is 8? Y'all just waiting. I know they teach y'all in this. They teach y'all this in a class. The Bitus. I get it. It's consolidating at 90. If you wanna take a shot at Disney at 90, I get it. I'm not owning this terrible stock. 200 week is angled down, but the 200 week is starting to angle up. The third company y'all ask about the most when I do consultations is Pfizer. Why is Pfizer on y'all's list? Out of 50 people that's in here, when did Pfizer become a popular? Like all the stocks on the planet, y'all want to pick Pfizer? I think it's the people that just remember COVID, like, cause Pfizer was big during COVID. I get it. That's exactly it. Pfizer was one of, like, when, like, COVID, guys, was a time where people started to learn how. That's where I made a when it came to classes. Oh my God! If you had a class set up during COVID, you made a fortune. Luckily, I started my classes back in 2017. It's almost like I knew it was going to happen. So by 2020, I was already a guru with classes. So when you guys were all sitting at home, that's what took me from having a room with 3 people in it to 30,000 members. But it's because of Pfizer. Pfizer was known because of, you see the stock, you see what it did back here where it exploded in price because of the vaccine. Now nobody cares about COVID. Like, ain't nobody scared of COVID. Now I am a little afraid of this Ebola breakout. Ain't nobody scared of COVID no more. When's the last time you seen a person with a mask on the plane? Everybody still, listen, I was always a germaphobe. I don't want to say I loved COVID, but I loved when they were like, because I always wanted to put a mask on the plane. I'm like, I ain't trying to breathe the same air they breathing. I know everybody on here farting, and there ain't nowhere that air to go to. Like, can I please get a mask? We used to leave planes with pink eye and COVID. You ride on a plane to California, you getting off with pink eye and COVID. So that's why Pfizer was really, really popular. But every time I do a consultation, and you newbies that are trying to get into the market for the very first time, y'all always want to buy Pfizer, Nike, or Disney. The 3 worst charts you can find. And y'all load the boat on them. And then been losing money since COVID. And won't get rid of them. Well, it's going to turn around one day, Joe. No, they're not. No, they're not. 4 years going down. What's the 4th one? Ford. Ooh, y'all love some Ford. Ooh, y'all love some. This is the only one that finally started turning around. Ford is connected to GE. Ford has energy. Also, they got they're into energy. 200 days angled up. 200 week is starting to angle up. People that want to buy Ford, guys, you know what? Ford might be a good buy finally. That's the 5th one that y'all talk about, Ford. Ford's been going down. I'm going to show y'all a chart of Ford for you guys that don't know, and then I'm going to get out of here. Ford
It's all right.
had been going down since, this is 2022. I need another chart. Hold on, style, time frame. 20 years max. I want y'all to see something because y'all don't believe it. Ford still ain't hit its all-time highs. From 1999, y'all remember when the dot-com crash happened? Ford went down during that dot-com crash and ain't never come back. Ford ain't been as high. Ford has been as high as $38 a share. And y'all keep buying it because it's cheap. It's $14. It'll get to $38 or $50. It ain't been $38 in 26 years. But y'all still buy it. Y'all still buy it. Hand over fist. Just keep buying Ford. It's just $14, Joel. I can buy like 10 shares. Well, your $14 is going to be $14 for the next 30 years. Ford ain't been $38 since 1999, and y'all keep buying it. How about the F-150? Joel, I see a bunch of Mach-E's. Ain't nobody buying Mach-E's. They're making fun of Ford Mach-E. Now, I'll drive one. Like, Cass can talk about Ford Mach-E's all they want to. That Mach-E is faster than not everyone, just about all the V8 Mustangs that are out there. That little Ford Mach-E y'all make fun of is faster than the V8 Mustangs. Yeah, but does it sound like one, Joe? Listen, I've owned two Ford Mustangs in my lifetime. Ford Mustang convertibles, V8. I owned one that still had my first Mustang that I owned was a 1994 yellow convertible V8. Last year they made the 5.0. Don't try to educate me on cars. But y'all keep buying it. All right, I gotta go. Stop buying Ford, please. In fact, I'd rather you guys buy General Motors. General Motors, in my opinion, if you're buying Ford because of the energy aspect of it, okay. General Motors looks like it's finally gonna hit its all-time highs. Guess when, guys? Hold up, you mean General Motors also? Yeah, General Motors and Ford ain't hit their all-time highs since 1999. 1999, not 2009, not 2019. They ain't seen their all-time highs in 20-some years. Yet it's the number one stock in your portfolio. Give me a break. Can y'all learn how to look at a chart, please? Oh, shoot. Hey, that's how you do it. If you gonna buy it, that's how you buy it. That's how you buy it. You buy it for $1. Citigroup was $1 too, Jamie. Man, I missed out on Citigroup. I'm still mad about that. I owned Citigroup when it was $1 a share. I owned it and got rid of it because I was like, bump all these bank stocks. They're going to go bankrupt again. That was back when I used to buy because of my heart. But that's how you buy. That's how you buy. All right, guys, I really got to go. It's 10:41. I got to go. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7. Hopefully I can turn my mic back on. They didn't shut all my machines off. All my machines messed up. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Thank you guys for the support. G701 and only. Y'all show her some love. Number one supporter, Prisma Glam Trades, Nick J, Jess, Alfred, C Spooner, Safari, Don, Mr. Bell, Des. Is it Des Max? Or is it Desma X? Are you Muslim? Are you Desma X? I ain't trying to make fun of you if you're Muslim. You got Trey, Mr. 360, Teresa Clark, 1T, Desmax,
What about Teresa Clark?
2003. But I will see you guys
Probably
tomorrow.
only one gave him money
I
today.
know sometimes I make fun of people and then I
Can't have
actually
it. 10 people.
hurt their
He
feelings.
was
Not that I hurt
7,000
their
taps,
feelings.
but
It's just that
I
I
think
can't
he
be
just went
playing
on.
around with people's names on TikTok.
Talk 2
Joel,
hours.
you need to phonetically
Or
say
4 hours.
everybody's names. You need to phonetically go through every letter. Teresa be like, how come you ain't said 1,000 in my name?
Yep.
Teresa Clark 1,000. Say my name the way that it's written, Joel. You need to show me full respect.
I said, yep.
Alright, my bad. Nick J Dub 1913. I will see you guys tomorrow. Teresa said, yeah. Alright guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hold up. Did y'all
What was he saying about you?
Oh, let me give
Other
a
than
shout out
yep,
to the
before
people
then.
that gave
He
me
making fun
my
of.
little
He said that the
my little
TikTok
hats.
people say they every time
Hold
somebody
on
gives them
before
something,
I go.
he need to say their names and
nothing.
thank them
Oh.
and yada yada.
All right, shout out to my top supporters for my hat and mustache. We got G7 and One and Only. What the F? Let's try this again. Safari Don, C Spooner, Nick J Dub 1913, Prisma Glam Trays, and Jess Pillock. I don't know if I said that right. Pillock. Peace out, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Later.
I just love to talk.